Hey guys, still here and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. We are currently in the lovely town of Ossen. Ossen is in the northern part of the country, and I haven't really been operating too much in this side. All I've been doing is operate on the southwest side, the south side, the western part of the country, connecting most of that up. Now, this quiet little town has a population of about 150, and there's really not that much going on. They have a couple of homes here and there. You can see people, I guess they're working on their tree over here. What the people over here are completely oblivious to, that is at the moment, is that there is going to be a really big train station here. Because I have nominated this little town to be a big hub in the northern part of the country. If I zoom out, you can see where we are. This is Ossen, over here. Over here we have Leeuwarden, we have Groningen, which are the province capitals. Over here we're approaching the edge of Germany / Netherlands. And what I want to do is start turning Ossen into a hub. That's going to look like this. We're going to have one train line coming in from Harlingen, past Leeuwarden, past Drachten, going to Ossen. We're going to have one line coming in from Lauwersoog, passing Winsum, Groningen, and then going to Ossen. One going from Uithuizen to here and to Ossen eventually. Winschoten and Papenburg are also going to have a direct line. Over on the west, I still have some towns that I haven't quite covered yet. Stavoren, Sint-Nicolaasga, Heerenveen, and finally Ossen. So this is going to be a really big hub. And it has a couple of pretty nice open areas for me to do that. I have, by the way, upgraded the game to run at one-time date speed, so I'm going to be unlocking a couple of new vehicles a bit faster. Now, let's start building. I have been doing a lot of just line deployment, but I haven't really been doing that much building. So what I want to do is just build an enormous station over here. It's going to set me back 2.4 million. That's fine. I just need to make sure that there's enough room for it and that the line can still have enough space in front of it for a tram bus stop. Alright, first, starting in from Lauwersoog and Winsum and Groningen. I'm going to have a sort of joint train station here between these two towns. One's going to come in from over here, one's going to come in from over there, and they're both going to join up on the same set of tracks and move to possibly the same station here. What I hope to do by doing that is make sure that the people from these two towns and these two still have enough ways of getting to here, so that not one line is going to be completely filled up. So that means that I'm going to have only one train station here with two tracks, one coming in and one going out. And that means that one of the tracks, or rather both of the tracks on each side, are going to be quite crowded, but so be it. They'll just have to make do. And let's start drawing up the tracks. Let's see, I want to have one line that's going here. I want to have two tracks going north. And I have a lot of platforms, so it doesn't really matter at this point which one I take. And we're going to head more or less in that direction. Now I'm still using the relatively old 100 km per hour, or sorry, 120 km per hour track. It's not terribly quick, but it does suit my purposes just fine, because I don't really have trains which can do any more speed than that. Now over here, split the line up. Oh crap, I'm on the wrong side. Okay, wrong side. I should be doing that on the other side. Here. Let's make that as gentle of a split as possible. And continue all the way here. And I should be able to link it up perfectly. Alright, a couple of signals. Making sure that the trains can still move even if there are multiple trains on the same line. The exception being over here. So that the train that is currently occupying that particular platform is going to have to get priority in order to leave the station. Right, then I'm going to have one track going right and one track going left. I'm planning to really only run one larger train from here to there and one larger train from here to there. So from here on out, it's going to be a single track. And hopefully the trains won't make too much noise. That is a risk, because I'm operating quite close to that town, but I think that it is far enough away that it doesn't make that much noise. Alright, welcome to Uithuizen, Eemshaven. Let's set up a terminus. I'm only going to need one track. 320 meters is a bit much. Hold on, can I just stuff this in the middle of the town and not need a tram? No, not quite. Although I do capture a lot of it. No, I'm going to put this on the edge of town. And that also allows me to still set up a tram, which can then also make a bit of money. So let's put that over there. Remove a bit of the track, so I can make that turn a bit more gentle. And yeah, we're doing 120 all the way. Alright, first town. Time to set up the bus tram station. I'm really going to only need one stop, because it's such a small place. Well, it is now, anyway. What I might be able to do, though, is set up a side building here. And allow my passengers to walk in from the building... from the bus tram station here. Maybe a large building is a bit too big. Let's go with a medium side building. And then see if I can fit this in. Yep, that's what I had in mind. Alright. Then... oh, crap. I'm going to have a line that also goes here and there. Alright. So be it. So be it. Medium street going here. And then going there. Oh, come on. You just had to build your house there, did you? Well, it's going to have to be a tram then, I guess. It's going to be a one-way tram because the town is really quite small. This little segment here. And this bit here. Right, stops. I think one or two should do it. So one there. And one here. Does that cover everything? Yeah, I believe it does. Start. 1, 2, 3. It's going to sort itself out because it really doesn't have a lot of ways to go. Yep, that's the right color. I think. No, that was the bus color, wasn't it? And this is UAT tram. I'm still going to go with the same type of configuration that I've done previous, which is to attach the tram depot directly to the stop. It makes it very easy to find it. So let's already set up one line. And yeah, why not use a Peter Witt streetcar? A bit of diversity here. UAT tram, off you go. Now with this one line, the town might grow a little bit because internal transport gets slightly easier, but once I get that train running, we're going to have a lot more activity here. Then I'm going to have the other train. Let's see, I will need to make a crossover point here, otherwise that train heading to the northwest will not be able to do it. So this one's going to go here. And they have set up a bit of an expansion place by the looks of it. Oh, I did make that thing very big. Oh well. Put that over there. Tracks. Done. With this one, same thing. I'm hoping that the town will grow once it actually gets more passengers. So, side building here. Sorry, that's a medium main building. Small, medium side building. Yep, that's the one. And then let's see how I can connect these up. If I make this thing a bit bigger, that might help. Alright, where are we going? Just straight up Main Street, I think. That covers everything. And it's just there to rake in passengers for the stop. Alright, abbreviation LAU, tram. And color was set to that one, I believe. Same deal here. Configure, straight access, and set up a tram depot. Now to adjust the roads. So we're going to go from here to there and straight back. And everybody, well, who happens to live in the middle area, actually there is no middle area. The train station already covers a fair bit, and then that second stop's going to cover the rest of it. Peterwood streetcar, LAU tram. What is the issue? Oh, I forgot to upgrade one segment here. There, no more warnings. Right, so that's that setup. Now I can start working on the trains. And the trains might need a bit more work. You're going to start here, you're going to move there. And then you're going to move here. And the color of the trains was that dark bluish thing. Yeah. Alright, LAU to ass. I'm sorry, but that's just what it's going to be. It is using both sides of the tracks. Over here it's going via that one track, and that's exactly what I want. The same thing, other side, coming in from over here. Set the color up correctly. You're going to head there. You're going to head there. You're going to head back again. So this is UIT to ass. Although I don't think I set up this thing correctly. Yeah, see, after you hit Assen, I want you to go back to Groningen. Yeah, they seem to be using the right terminals as well. Exactly right. Good. Now, set up an actual train depot. Making sure that I can get my trains onto this line. This is probably a decent spot to do that. Because from here, I'll be able to easily set them up on either line. One's going to head over there. And over here I can set up a double slip. Alright, size of the train. What do I have and what do I need? I don't expect a ton of passengers at the moment. So I don't really need a huge train. I do have access to the Crocodile, which only does 75 though. It's not that fast. It does have a lot of power. So I guess it's going to be one of the last steam trains before we go more along the lines of electric. This one does 90. That's quite good. Do I hear 100? Yeah, the 442 Atlantic. Again. Versus 580. Let's go with this. Passenger cars. Need to be able to do at least 100. We got the Suburbans. We also got the Donnerbuchse. Can do 100. They are 20-ton cars. These are 35 tons. Well, that makes them quite appealing, actually. These might be able to seat more passengers, but they're also almost twice as heavy. Let's go with 85. And I will double that. This one is going to go on the LAU line, and the other one is going to go on the UIT line. Now there is one thing that I haven't set up yet, and that's the connection between Winsum, Groningen and their train station. So really all that these people can now do using these trains is travel from here to Assen, which they won't because even Assen has not been set up yet. So it's really quite important to set this thing up fast. Otherwise the whole situation was a bit of a waste. Now, could you kindly explain why this thing won't connect? Because that is fairly important. Come on, what's going on with the buildings here? Wait one. Passenger buildings. Large main building. Large side buildings. I still don't quite know what the side buildings exactly do. But they do make for a nice large station. Alright, now I seem to have an actual place to get my passengers onboarded. Yep, now it does want to connect. Very good. How big does this thing need to be? Because I'm bringing in passengers from Winsum and Groningen. And this is probably going to be a junction. So I'm going to have one line come in from Winsum, one from Groningen, and yeah, that should just basically be 2 stops. I will make it a little longer because there might be a lot more people on here than I am initially expecting. Especially as those towns start growing. And I have been surprised before by how quickly that can happen. Alright, catenary, yes. Electric, we're going to take the road here. I could go for a large street, by the way. Just immediately get it upgraded to a large street. And then from here... Oh, we're auto-saving. From here, also into Groningen. So from here to there. I'll also, as a sort of courtesy, connect these towns together, because so far it seems that they were really not joined up. And I think that if these do start to grow, and we have seen that they tend to grow very quickly, they might fuse together and become one big town. I would not be surprised to see that pattern repeated. So we're going to have potentially one really big place. Hold up, can I still upgrade this to a large street if I want to? Or is that unaffordable? It's pretty expensive. I'll do this part and that part to secure Main Street, if you will. And I'll do this part so I can set up potentially a 3rd line between those towns. But beyond that, I don't want to be upgrading too much because it is really expensive to do that. Yeah, this part and this part. Okay, that was pretty pricey. Still need to make sure that there's actual tram tracks here. That's one. And the other one's over there. Alright, new line. Starting here, going there. So that is... actually, that's not Groningen. That's the Winsum tram. Tram. And you are... a red line. New line. You're going to start here and you're going to go there. And that is Groningen. GRO tram. It's going to figure out when I add the tram that, oh crap, maybe I should adjust it to a tram. So that'll be fine. Oh, this is interesting. I've never actually deployed a depot here before, on the side of one of these big things. Alright, let's go with the Pieter. One for Groningen. And one for Winsum. So these towns are now getting connected. We can expect to see rapid growth. Over here, I can also expect... Yep, there we go. There's the sharply increasing line. Expect it to go to 170, but that's not really saying the whole thing. Because now these are connected. And we're probably going to see quite a bit of interaction between these 4 towns. And this one, provided that I connect it. Right now, train 9 is coming in, but it really doesn't have anywhere to go. Because I'm not dropping off any of my passengers. Simply because they have no place to go. Alright. And Assa, I think, can do with just one line. No, I don't want to upgrade it. I just want to build it. Medium straight. Let's set that up to there. And this one up to... Whoa, that's a bit big. This one up to here. Effectively, I'll probably only be using this route. And I'm also putting this road down here to make sure that I'll always have access to further expansion for this platform. I'm not sure if it's going to be required, but maybe later on, when this town really has exploded in growth, it's going to be a necessary stop. 1, 2. The Astram. Yes, that's the thing. I can already see how YouTube's gonna love this video and immediately demonetize it. Or, as they also tend to do a sort of silent demonetization. Where I believe your CPM goes down, which is your earnings per 1,000 views. I wouldn't be surprised if that's going to be a thing. That's the wrong type of stop. Okay, Peter car. You're going over there. We should at some point start seeing passengers over here. Yep, we got a couple over here. In the really, the Slootjeslootstraat. Come on. Slootjesstraat. And we have our first 4 passengers on that line. 24 over there. Maybe this one car is not going to be enough. Oh, what's an M300? I have never seen those before, I think. Yeah, there. It's a... Nice. These things do 100 kph. They can transport 20 people. They were called skunks because you could smell them before you can see them. Must have been really messy things. They are 1.9 million a pop. But they have their own propulsion. And they have good acceleration. They do 100 kph flat in 53 seconds. Nice. See, this is the kind of vehicle that I really like, because they allow you to very quickly and very agilely, if that's a thing, adjust your lines as you need them. So in this case, I could have 1 or 2 of those things running around to make sure that there's not that many passengers piling up, instead of having an 85 passenger train over here. So let's sell this one off. And sell that one off, especially since they're both empty. And I'll have... let's say I have a double on the LAU line. And then have another double on the UIT line. And let's see if that's enough. So these things can supposedly get up to 100 kph very quick, right? The skunks. It looks a bit like an enormous tram. There's the other one, also departing. Are you trying to overtake it, or what? Speed? 67. Very nice. I don't quite like the audio, though, because sometimes it seems to come out of one speaker, sometimes it seems to come out of the other speaker. That's a bit unpredictable. Passengers here? Not yet. Do they want to go anywhere? Yes. 56 want to get to Winsum. So that's internal. We got only 19 who want to go to Lauweroog, and 12 want to go to Uithuizen. There's not that many. I wasn't expecting any miracles either. Do we have anybody over here waiting? Destinations? 12? No, for 10, 4, 3, and 3. Okay, it is really not popular yet. Expected growth to 207. Expected growth to 225. Expected growth to 188. But this is only the beginning. There will be plenty more lines. Because now it's time to set up this other line. I'm going to have a joint station here between Harlingen and Bolsward. And then a station that goes, or the train tracks continue to Leeuwarden, Drachten, and over here to Assen. I'm also considering just splitting up this thing into 2 different tracks. Wait, one. Yeah, the game doesn't quite like that. Hold up. Really? There you go. Okay, because now I can make sure that these each have their own platform to start from. So we're going to have on Terminal 1, we're going to have the LAU line, and the other one's going to be on Terminal 2. I might adjust this later, but for now, this will allow the passengers over here to each pick their own platform. Whoa, these things are really zippy. They're already getting up to 72 kph? 90? Took them a while to get up to speed, starting from Asse over here. But still, it is actually getting up to 100 kph. Nice. 8 wanting to go to Lauweroog. And 24 over here. Okay, this just convinced me not to switch these things back to one vehicle. Because that's kind of what I was expecting. Maybe just send them back to being one vehicle instead of two. Alright, time to continue construction. The next line is going to be just the one line. So it's going to be one track that splits off that way. And it's going to go 1, 2, 3 stations. I do have enough cash, and cash is still coming in. Yeah. Let's see, first stop, Drachten on this side. Where do I want my station? I think here on the edge of town, where there is a bit of room for it. And it might actually catch quite a bit. So let's set up the station. It's going to be a through pass, dual tracked. Might be a larger station here because Drachten could be quite big. Let's make it 240 meters. And how am I going to set this up? I could do it like this, but then I run into trouble with the whole situation where I still want to add a passenger stop. If I do it like this, I can immediately fit on the connector points here, or at least that's what I'm hoping. There and here. Really? Come on. Sure. Alright, we'll do it like that. And now I should be able to add the train station right next to this part. Should. But can't quite. Yeah, there it is. That is a very, very short distance that these people have to walk. Okay, so we're going to move up and connect this thing further. And I can have these things running in the meanwhile. Alright, on the way back, parallel tracks. And we're going to join those up pretty close to the station because I will probably need some of these other tracks as well. And I'll just reiterate what I just said. I will probably at some point adjust the station to make sure that there's enough room for all the tracks. Because I'm expecting that I might need more tracks. And for example, this was not the brightest idea because I still have to go to Winschoten, Papenburg, etc. So that's something that I might need to shift over a little bit in a future episode. Alright, continuing on from here. Next station... Leeuwarden. Snake is going to have to get joined up in a different line, I think. And yeah, this is where the last station is going to be. Alright, in between station. There, that should give me enough room. One here, one here. Click. Alright. Same deal. Oh, it is in fact the same deal. It doesn't want to connect. Sometimes it seems like you have to redo these buildings. I haven't figured out the system for it. I don't know when the game figures that, okay, now you need to do it, or now you don't need to do it. But in this case, apparently, it has to get done, otherwise it doesn't recognize that there should be a sort of open, well, square area in front of it. Because if you don't have one, it won't actually allow you to connect to the main platform for the trams and the buses. Same deal. And tie that... Oh, you had to build your house on the crossroads. That is such a nice spot to build a road. See? And then you had to go and ruin it by building your house there. Why'd you go and do such a thing? Now, as for the stop, thinking a pretty short line through Leeuwarden should be enough. So, just the one there. And then upgrade the streets. I will need to keep an eye on this town though, because if it does start to grow out to that side, which it seems to have designs on, then I'll need to adjust it and make sure that the new line catches the whole area. Very, very straightforward. LEE tram. And this time I'll go for the tram depot here. Set up a Peter with streetcar. Alright, and then this one. This is going to be a more interesting station because I'll have a connector point. And it's going to be a terminus station, which could allow for a really neat station to be built if I approach this properly. So I want my station to be here. And I don't really like the size of that station there. The size of that building. Go for a large main building. I could set up another platform over here, I think. Let's do a bit of experimenting. If I set up another platform... Not that I'm actually going to use it, but I just need to enclose it. And then set up... Let's go with a roof. Oh, right. Underpass here and here. And here and here. Alright, now I want to set up buildings on either side to make sure that if this town starts to grow, people can still get in. So I'm going to have another large side building here and there. Main building here and there. Another large side building there and there. So this is my, let's say, encapsulated station. I wonder if I can still put main buildings here. Medium side building seems to fit a little better. And this thing's not quite aligned right. Oh, it won't be. No, it's just going to refuse to. Actually, hold up. Yes, that does work. All right. Configure. I want a second entrance. And then I want my roads. This is not going to be a passenger service that I offer from Bolsward to Harlingen. Other than using the tram to get here and then using another tram to continue on. But what I'm kind of foreseeing is that they will start to grow pretty quick. And with that, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to use this space. With that, they'll quickly overwhelm my position. I'm gonna go for a large street. I really don't like that it's curving like that. Let's go for a large main street here. And then a small medium street that connects those with tram electric tracks. And from here, just upgrade the roads. To there. And to here. Buildings. One. Oh, actually, I can just set up one line. That'd be a lot easier. So 1, 2, 3, and back. And then I can have my, well, both my station fed and these towns connected. So this is HAR to BOL, tram. Color adjustment. And then where am I going to fit my station? Here? Why not? Now, since I'm just feeding both a train and trying to connect both of the towns, I'll set up 2 vehicles here. Alright, that should keep those people happy. Now to make sure they can actually start using this place. Oh, the high-speed tracks have just been unlocked. Nice. That's future expansion right there. If I go for the standard tracks, it's gonna cost me only half, but I have the money. Whoa. Leeuwarden is suddenly developing itself. And from here to here. Done. Alright, signaling. You're gonna have to wait there. For this line, I foresee running a couple of those smaller 20 people skunks, as I believe they're designated. And that should allow people to then very quickly take a new train, instead of having to wait for one train, which just takes forever to arrive. This thing has 23 people on board. Finances are not looking stellar, but that also has to do with me not really transporting as many people as I should. Okay. This depot cannot be used here because they cannot get to it. Unless I set up a track connection here. Like that. Okay, new line. Starting here, going there. Whoops. No, 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 no. Going there, and then going back, and going back. This is the line from here to, let's call it BOL. No, you're not a tram track. You are, in fact, a train line. I'll set up 2 of those vehicles, 2 of the M300s. ASSBOL. I have passenger transport here. I have passenger transport here. I have a tram running around. Oh, sorry, no, I didn't set it up in Drachten yet. Let's go with 1 stop. Upgrade the roads. This one, that one. All right. I'm not sure if the game is going to try and put another building here, but I don't really want them to, because that's going to be the place for my tram depot. I'm immediately going to go for 2, because I've seen what the other towns have been doing, and they seem to be a bit busy. 1, 2, color, DRA, tram. Close enough. Alright, so now people can go pretty much from here to there if they want to. Bolsward is expected to grow to 188. Harlingen expected to 192. Leeuwarden expected 174. Drachten expected 158, but they've just discovered travel. So it's probably going to take them a while to catch up. And it seems like the passengers are starting to stack up here. Yep, you're now full. Already got an 11 there. 97? Jeez, okay. The beauty of it is I can now run additional of these things. Just single ones. One on each line. Because they're self-propelled, if you will. These trains don't need micromanagement. They don't need additional carriages. They don't need an engine. I really like them. Now, interestingly, they do seem to split. Some people want to go to also via the Lauwer Oog line, and the other one want to go through there via the Uithuizen line. So they do split themselves up. And I think that's excellent, because that means that they are also going to split up between the two trains. So it's not gonna, like we're going to have one train which is always full, and then a whole bunch of people who want to go there but can't. It is running negative by just 7,000. Probably courtesy of me installing a new train just now. And the other one minus 300k, but there are 40 passengers about to arrive here. So that should then allow this thing to start getting, I don't know, 300k from a short hop like that. Travel here is okay. What do you make here? $231,000. Not terrible. Alright, that, however, is still only the start. In this episode, I cannot do more because I'm going to call it here. Next episode, it's time to connect the rest. Stavoren, Sint-Nicolaasga, Heerenveen, Lemmer, potentially Meppel, Hogeveen, Slagharen, etc. Until we have a new transport network here. And then I'm going to link that up to the already existing transport network, which has extended to Arnhem. Arnhem, however, has also been extended, and I'm going to have to bulldoze a lot of houses in order to get that train built. So, plenty to do, and there is a lot left of this map to connect. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you guys soon for another episode.